Well, it
You know,
creates, to me, the far left created the far right. The far right creates the far left. Together, they're very happy hating each other. I honest to God, Mark, interviewed, and I'll never forget this. I'm interviewing a MAGA member who says they don't like nudity in movies because it is against their religion. And then I'm talking to someone who's very liberal, very far left, that they don't like nudity in movies because it objectifies women. I said, "Oh, so you all are in agreement. You don't like nudity in movies?" "No, we hate each other." They want the same thing, but for different reasons
right? It's that
sometimes. And
whole notion of the horseshoe, right? When you look at the horseshoe, and it's the two extremes that are the closest to one another, where the rest of us are all at the top of the horseshoe, a
yeah,
little bit to the left, a little bit to the right.
yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
feed one another.
they do feed on one another. That may be the biggest story underreported of the year. I think you're on to something there.
Well, I
It's
think
remember what the comic Richard Jenny said. I'll never forget. He goes, "If you've gone too far right or too far left, you've gone too
too
far."
far. And look, all of this, none of that is new. But
No,
what's happening is it's being fueled by technology as well. I mean,
and money.
we and money, but we can link this to all the other topics we've been talking about. The notion of, and I was giving speeches on this 30 years ago about how right wing hate groups were infiltrating other topics, substantive topics that were totally legitimate topics as a means by recruitment because they were unable to otherwise recruit one another by way of interaction. Whereas now, it's so easy
Far
to
left
be
does the
able.
same thing.
Now they can all do it, right? And they're all also preaching to themselves, which also just feeds their agendas on both sides because they never hear any opposing views. They're only listening to themselves talk. And now the haters of whichever side in country A can talk to country B or city A to city B. They can all interact. I mean, here we're across the United States from each other right now, and it's as if
Sure.
we were neighbors,
Yeah.
and
Well, we
and
are.
that and obviously there's some great positives about what we're doing right now, but we could also be haters on the left or haters on the right who were planning and plotting and scheming to do bad things. So there is that kind of flip side of some breakfast cereal or something, right, that has it on both sides, whatever analogy you want to make. But the hypocrisy and
Two sides of the same coin. Let's use that
yeah,
one.
the notion of the ridicule of every other side. What when we've talked about it, the new portraits and stuff in the White House and the mocking of Joe Biden with the auto pen, even though Trump uses auto pen all the time. All the statements where he says one thing and he says the exact opposite of it time and time again, and yet people just aren't paying. I don't know. They don't care. They don't seem to acknowledge it for whatever reason. But until we get out of this cycle, I mean, the last thing that I want, at some point in time, MAGA will be gone. The Trump folks will be gone. But what will replace it is what concerns me the most, whether it's another Republican or it's a Democrat. If we don't get out of this cycle, then
Demagoguery.
we're all just going to suffer going forward. We have to get rid of this tit for tat, eye for an eye type situation. And